And we have a lot of fun stuff to cover today. I'm just so glad you're here. We're going to talk obviously about the 10 evolutions, the human evolutions that make you irreplaceable, and why that's so important. What's unfolding right now that makes this more urgent now than ever in our human history. And that's not hype. And by the end of this call, I think you'll understand why. And also how, even though we are in the midst of the greatest existential challenge we've ever faced, in fact, we are literally in an apocalypse, the true meaning of apocalypse, which means the lid has come off and all that was hidden is being revealed. So it's one of the greatest challenges that we faced. And it's also the greatest opportunity of our lifetime to become what we are destined to be and to live the life that we were actually made for. And if you're willing to say yes and to feel that resonance and that urgency of emergence and not let it become an emergency, then in the next 12 months, you won't just survive this great disruption, but you'll be thriving. Who here wants that? Who here wants to not just survive, but to thrive? And I'm going to lay out the exact blueprint or the framework that I've used to go from, that I did use to go from broke and broken to launching my life's work, to making a fortune, helping hundreds of thousands of people, and helping many of them do the exact same thing, including Fortune 500 executives, Academy Award winners, Emmy winners, and coaches, teachers, healers, authors, creators, and change makers like you, so that you can do it too. But before we dive into what's really unfolding in the world and how we can position ourselves to become irreplaceable and to future-proof our life and our work and our wealth and our well-being and make the difference that you came for, I wanted to take a moment to first anchor you even more deeply in who you are and why you're alive at this exact moment in history. Because here's the truth. If you want to have influence over the world or even just over people around you, you cannot be overly influenced by the world. I'm going to say that again. To the extent you are influenced by the world, you have less influence over it. To the extent that you have more influence over yourself and less of the world has influence over you, to that extent, you have greater influence and impact. You've got to be more inspired and influenced by who you are and what you have to give to the world than you are influenced by who everybody else is and what everybody else is doing. Okay, and we're going to get into that today. But remember how in school, if you acted really confident, did anybody ever experience this? You acted like confident, like you knew yourself for a moment. And then you kids like, who do you think you are? God's gift to the world? And it turns out the right answer would have been, yeah. Who do you think you are? Right? That's actually the right answer. You really are God's gift to the world. Now, if you don't like the word God, believe me, I didn't like the word God. It gave me a bitter taste in my mouth because of religion and everything. If you don't like the word God, use the word love, use the word life, your life's gift to the world. But I imagine most of you, and again, God's name isn't God, so it doesn't really matter what you call it, as long as you call it forth, that life within you. But the bottom line is your embodied presence, you being fully you, is the greatest gift you have to give. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's the gift that unwraps the presence of everyone else so that they too can give their gift. As Dr. King's mentor, Howard Thurman, said, don't ask what the world wants. Ask what makes you come alive and do that. Because what the world needs are people who have come fully alive. So who here wants to come fully alive? Who here wants to be and do what makes you come fully alive? Post in the chat, send up some of those little things. Make it rain. Let me just make sure I'm back on the spotlight so I can see myself. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And who here wants to no longer abandon your deepest, most authentic parts of your voice and your passion ever again? Yes? So let's start there. Let's anchor in a vision. I know it's like you think you came here to get a vision by the end of the call, but we're going to jump. You know how to teach a kid to swim? Throw them in the deep end, right? It's okay if you're not clear. Again, that's probably why you're here. In this field, we can dive into the deep end. You're not going to drown, I promise you. So just take a moment and close your eyes if you can and you're not driving. I have to say that, by the way, there's been moments where people have been driving and listening, and I said close their eyes and they did. Don't do that. They're okay. They're fine. But you get entranced for a moment. And so if you're driving or operating heavy machinery, do not close your eyes, please. So just take a deep breath and just let yourself drop in into your heart, into your breath, into your body. The body knows who and what you really are beyond the mind. And just ask yourself, again, don't worry about the answer. Just listen, open, and receive. Ask, what is the greatest vision for my life? What do I really want to be, do, create, and contribute? What qualities or capacities or creativity do I most want to share? Not what do I think I should or could or have to, but if I really could be all that I deeply desire to be, do, create, and contribute, what would that life look like? Who would I be? What would I be doing? How would I feel? Who would I be helping or serving or what issue? Take a breath and just throw yourself wide open to that vision that is emerging in you. Listen, notice. Feel that vision emerging, something speaking to you. Again, don't worry if it's jumbled or fragmented. Just rest in the parts that have resonance. It might just be, I want to help people. I want to help women. I want to help children. I want to create a world that works for all. I want to be a coach. I want to write my book. I want to finally finish that program or share my life's journey in a way that inspires people. Just find that thread where it resonates. What's that change that you're here to embody and share and circulate and shine? Who do you really want to be? Shake the dust and grit of the journey off and remember who you are, those moments throughout your life when you touched it, that aha, that inspiration you knew before you forgot. And maybe some of you know now, maybe a lot of you. Maybe you're already living it, but you just want to take it to the next level. You've hit a ceiling. Great. What's the next level look like? Don't hold back. Don't be shy. Do not hide your light under a bushel. God is not impressed by your humility, which is false. Prove me now in this, and I will open up the windows of heaven and pour forth a blessing too big to receive. Life wants you to put life, to put God, to put love on display. The rose doesn't go, oh, little old me, and not open its petals. So be bold, be brave. What do you really want? Who do you really want to be? What do you really want to do, create, and contribute? Take one more breath. Throw yourself open to that. See it, feel it. You are here to glorify life, to put life on display so that when others see you and your good works, they're like, damn, God is good. Life is good. When God created the universe and named it good, God said, yo, I think I nailed it. That's what God is thinking about you. That's what life is thinking. That's what love is thinking, or nature or evolution, whatever word works for you. But you got it. You got the goods. Let yourself receive them. Wherever you are is okay. Now, let yourself come back and just take a moment and write down. And I see some people already doing it. Some people already know the score here. Write down in one sentence, present tense, affirmative, like I am here to, I help these kinds of people. I am a creative genius writing books, blah, blah, blah. I am a filmmaker. I am a songwriter. I am a coach helping single women to launch their businesses, whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be that specific. For right now, let it become as specific and concrete as you can. And just distill it into one word. I mean, not one word, one sentence. I mean, you could do it into one word too. Mine isn't one word now. Mine is I'm here to awaken people to their true identity and destiny so that together we can create a world that works for the highest good of all. And the one word is awaken. That embodies it all for me, but you don't have to do all that right now. Just get one sentence that has punch to it, that has juice. This is your compass, your GPS. Yep. And post it in the chat. And I want you to feel it as you're writing it, as you're posting it. I want you to really feel it in your body, and you don't have to rush to post it. I want you to take a moment to feel it. Really imagine if this person, if this version of you, that the one that was living this vision, the future self, which is not really in the future, if you felt even a glimpse, that is the future self in you right now, seeking to evolve, seeking to emerge. He or she is right here. So just imagine you were that person now. How would that person hold themselves right now where you're at? Sit up, notice how the breath changes. Maybe you can stand up and feel how that person would stand. Don't be shy here. This is about engagement. You don't want just more information and inspiration. You want real transformation. Otherwise, you'll end up with constipation. So we got to metabolize this information and inspiration. We have to anchor it, integrate it. So just start to feel it in your body. I really encourage anybody that can stand, even especially if you don't want to, because there's a threshold here. Every morning I get up, I put on music and I dance, whether I feel like it or not, and it changes my state right away. And it's anchored something in my body, not just in my head. So stand up if you can. Start feeling the sway in your body, the stance as if you are this person. And I want you to say this affirmation. Just keep saying it. I am a compassionate coach and mentor that guides others. I help women overcome imposter syndrome. And just read it with more and more energy and feel it. And now we're going to play a song. We're going to have a little mini revival up in here. We're going to get to all the content and all the information for you, those of you that want all that juicy content. But I want to activate you here. So we're going to have a little mini revival. This is not just about you living a job. This is a ministry. This is a mission. This is a church without walls. You're here to change your life and change the world, even if just in your family. It's a sacred activity. So I want you, as you're listening to this music, I want you to move with it like you are your future self. Go ahead, Kimberly, and play Heaven to Earth. That's the first one in the personal file. I want you to move. We can spotlight people if they're moving. Listen to the words.
I know it seems like everything that we have dreamed is a lie. The people fighting in the streets and all the tears we have find. It seems like everywhere we look, it's getting harder to find. So turning this around. But if we listen deeper, we will hear another call. People everywhere ready to change it all. We can bring heaven to earth. We can heal every
Heal your vision. You are your
do.
future self right now.
If we see that everyone has worth, we can make a world that works for me and you. Heaven on earth, we can bring heaven to earth. What we are seeing is a dream. It's time that we all wake up. What's in between us will redeem us when we beat it with love. It can't deny. When we look at each other's eyes, that we see we're not so different, you and me. Oh, this is our moment. This is why we've come together. We are the ones who we've been waiting for. We can bring love to earth. We can heal.
Feel it in your body. You're doing it. You're bringing it to earth, people.
Everyone has worth. We can make a world that works for me and you. Heaven on earth. We can bring heaven on earth. This is our moment. This is why we come together. They are the ones who we've been waiting for. We can bring heaven. We can bring it to earth. We can bring it. We can bring it to earth. We can bring it now.
Now just feel that. We maybe bring it down a little slower next time. Now just feel that buzz in you. Sit down. Don't jump back into your head. Feel the joy, the juice, the activation, the expansion, and now see yourself in that vision again, even if it's just a pinprick. Take a breath and really soak in the activation. And now, this is equally important. If it brought up frustration, if you're like, why is he making me get up? What is this stupid stuff? I just want to get to the content. I just need to pay my rent. No judgment. Whatever it brought up, joy, expansion, or contraction, just bring your awareness to it and love it. Good, Eliza. And bring your attention back to the vision. Now, where this is going to be an important piece, because I'm going to share a lot more about this, but I wrote that song, I sang that song, and then I produced that song with AI. And it made me a little bit better singer than I am, maybe a lot. But I actually did sing it, all the melodies, everything, wrote every lyric. Yeah, I didn't want to tell you initially, but I can't quite do those runs yet. Give me time. But we're gonna understand why this matters, because you're gonna begin to, as I begin to share this, why this matters for the work you're here to do, why it's both something to be concerned about, not afraid, but also why it's something to be very excited about when you know where you're coming from. Okay? Now, I want you to be honest with yourself. Take a moment right now. And I want you just to ask yourself, if you don't start or increase your living of this vision you just touched, if you don't start living it, or living it more if you're already doing it a little bit, especially over this next year, if you're not bringing those qualities, that juice, that energy that you even maybe touched just right now, what would be the reason? Now, don't jump to chat and post it just yet, but I want you to now notice you felt the expansion, and it's okay if it was just a little. And now I want you to ask, if I don't actually live this fully over the next 12 months, like really, like starting right away, hopefully, but if I don't do this, what would be the reason? I like that. I would no longer be alive. That's the only reason. I would be dead. That's a good reason. It's a terrible outcome, but it's a good reason. But except you'd still be living it just in a different dimension. But what would be the thing that would stop you? So we have to expand, and then we want to become conscious of what, and we want to be honest. We don't want to just say nothing, I will do it. Because if you're not doing it now, there's something. You get it? So we have to tell the truth to ourselves. We'll talk about this later. We have to be transparent. You cannot get to where you want to go unless you're honest with where you are, honest with where you want to go, and honest with what's in the way. Okay? Otherwise, we end up in spiritual, what's it called? Spiritual saran wrap, spiritual bubble wrap, spiritual, come on, help me guys. There's a word, bypass. Thank you. I just thanked myself for remembering it. So we get a spiritual bypass, and we're saying all these nice aphorisms and affirmations. So we got to tell the truth. This is part of real evolution. So what would be stopping you? Post it in there. And why we're doing this is in this field, we're already starting to alchemize. As you release these into the chat, again, I don't just want you to have more information. I want you to have a transformation. I want you to experience more of yourself, the expanded part and the quiet, contracted parts. It's safe to feel here. It's safe to open up here. It's safe. And as you're throwing it into this field, it's being alchemized even now. Now, this is just a little fun piece of alchemy. It's a slightly different kind of song. But this song I wrote about you all. This song I wrote about us, about this journey. And it's kind of like a bit of a rap kind of thing that is meant to have some edge, some oomph, like, yo, come on now, like to get you to own your power. So as you're releasing the fear and the lack of confidence, and I'm seeing all these beautiful things, uncertainty, all of that, notice and listen to the lyrics, because you're going to hear yourself in this, okay? And for some of you that don't like this kind of music, just listen to the lyrics. And I'm actually going to put the lyrics in the chat because it goes a little fast at times. And I want you to be able to, if you want, you can follow along. So you might want to stop posting just for a moment so people can pull this document out. Just pause. I know there's a lot of posting going on. This is great work, guys. Now, I wrote this also. I sang it, but this is not my voice because I couldn't do this voice. But I wrote it and produced. I wrote it, all the lyrics. So I'm going to put this in the chat. See if you can grab it before more people post and it disappears. It's called Architects of an Evolved World. Okay, and it's quickly going up into the post. I'll do it a couple times so y'all can grab it, just so you can read it while the song's going, so you know what I'm saying in the song, whereas sometimes it's a little difficult. So Kimberly, go ahead and play Architects of an Evolved World.
Look around at this crowd that just found what was buried in the ground of their chest. Now it's breaking out, shaking out, nothing fake about the quake that's waking up the rest. This ain't a guest list, it's a soul shift, a coded gift, a field full of storm bearers learning how to lift the veil on the tail. They were told since birth that their worth had to earn itself first. Now this is the reverse, this is a universe rehearsing its return. through, y'all. Some of you whisper visions like they're dangerous spells. Others yell their mission
Let
like
it
a
move
bell
you.
that
Get
fell
up and
from a
groove if you want.
cathedral ceiling. Cracked clean, revealing the raw steel, meaning you've been sealing in your healing. Some of you coach, some write, some sing, some teach, some reach through the breach in the person's broken speech and pull their truth back into reach. Some of you build fashion lines, AI tools, new schools, new rules, sound temples with bass that baptizes fools into remembering that jewels. Others awaken the forgotten, rebuild what was rotten, rekindle the begotten, and remind them they were never once misgotten. This is not common, this is cosmic, this is tectonic, this is a harmonic convergence disguised as a common thread. But listen, every vision came with a shadow twin, confidence thin, nerves wearing skin, plans made then unmade again, frozen throat, shaky note, not enough time, too much hope you rode. I can't start, I lose heart, I fall apart, I fear the part of me that's ready to depart. The old roles I still guard, but here's the bar, every scar in this group is a door, and every fear you swore you'd ignore is the exact thing you were born to explore. This is the uproar before the encore, yeah.
Rise up, feel your power again, see that self.
Yeah. See, when you spoke your vision here, it wasn't a post, it was a pulse of both through the collective skull, reminding every soul they're whole, holy and fully capable of taking back what was stolen. Yeah, I said it boldly, your vision's on goals, the rose in a storyline that's unfolding slowly, where every one of you is the only one who can hold the thing you hold. That's why I feel so heavy, that's why I feel so scary. Gold does, fire does, truth does, becoming does. Look, each dream in this room is a brick in the bridge, from the life you survived to the life you now live. Yeah. You're not starting a program, you're starting a movement, human improvement, soul attunement, shadow to sunlight, truth and recruitment. You're not finding clients, you're finding alignment. When you shine, they find you, that's refinements of assignment. You're not doing the work, you're dropping the hurt, letting the true self emerge from the dirt. Like, yo, this is who I am, this is what I'm worth. And suddenly the world starts to convert, yeah. So here's the verdict. This group, not a circle, a circuit, occurring a resurgence, a chorus of divergent souls convergent, in purpose, a room full of women, men, and in-betweeners, who've been dreamers and healers and silent screamers, now stepping into the arena with sovereign truth carriers, identity re-engineers, heart bringers, fear singers, shadow bringer graders, future generators. This is a movement of humans becoming their own creators. So stand tall or don't, cause some of you are tired of proving you're strong. Maybe the real flex is the trust fall, letting yourself fall into the self that's been calling all along. This is your song, this is your dawn. This is that moment right before the world catches on, and we're all right here, rising in sync, becoming the ones we were born to be. The moment we finally let ourselves think and feel and heal.
Y'all, the new real. Whole new humans claiming your destiny. You feel it? Feel it? Take a breath. Some of you are like, where's the step-by-step framework that I can start my career? Well, you're going to understand, for those of you that are wondering, because the step-by-step 1, 2, 3, and I got all that too, and there's nothing wrong with that. AI can already do all that. AI can't do what I'm doing right now, which is an activation and an alchemation. Yes, I use AI, and I'll tell you how to do it too, but you have to use it, not be used by it. You want to scale love, you want to scale wisdom, you want to scale truth and beauty and authenticity and the original source code that you are. So we're going to dive into these 10 evolutions, but I want you to stay connected to what you're feeling, no matter what it is. Upliftment, expansion, excitement, confusion. What is this? Who is this Derek guy that I found on Facebook? What is he, a rapper? Is he a teacher? I'm confused. It's okay. Confusion is a high state. It means with fusion. It's where an old model is meeting a new model, and they don't fit quite yet. They need alchemy. They need to be forged in the fires of transformation, and then confusion leads to a fusion that leads to an emergence and a convergence and an ultimately more expanded self. That's what we're in right now. By the way, not just an apocalypse, but an Armageddon. But Armageddon doesn't mean the destruction of the actual world. It means the breakdown and destruction of our models of the world. And that's what we're in right now. That's what evolution does, right? Evolution has failed and destroyed itself and ruined stuff trillions of times, but it succeeded just enough times that you're here. Think about that for all of you that are afraid to fail and make mistakes. That's how come you're here. It's because evolution was willing to fail and make a lot of mistakes. You're walking because as a baby, you were willing to fall on your face a lot. Walking is literally controlled falling. You're always falling, but you catch yourself. Fall, catch, fall, catch, fall, catch. At first, it was face plant. Then maybe you landed on your knees and your elbows, and eventually you learned balance, proprioception. That's what evolution is. It's fail, win, fail, 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 win, fail, fail, fail. And that's what success is. You just want to fail forward. So we're in a time right now. I want to orient you again what this time is before we jump into the 10 evolutions, why it's a different time, and it requires us to sit up, to stand up, to speak up, and to live up to our true potential. Who here is ready to stop getting ready and start living up to who and what you really are? That doesn't mean you got to be on a magazine cover, but you are beings of immeasurable love and light and power and abundance and beauty and generosity. Human in Sanskrit means the dispenser of divine gifts. You're not here to get anything. You're here to shine and circulate and share and unfold and emerge. And the time is now, ladies and gentlemen. We're living in a time where AI and memes and algorithms are hijacking our limbic systems, polarizing us, manipulating us, making us scared and worried and distracted, more interested in the latest conspiracy than in our true vision. And used unconsciously, which it mostly is, it's making us not more human, not more ourselves, but it's diminishing us. It's living off our life force. It's living off our creative output. It's making us outsource ourselves and our power to the algorithms. Now, that's not AI's fault. That's been around forever. There's always been a system designed to make us think it has power over us and to tempt us with Faustian bargains to give our power to it, to make us believe something outside has power. That's how it keeps us broke. Or broken, or peasants, or caste systems, afraid, angry, so that we can be controlled. Again, I'm not blaming a person or technology. It's part of the human ego design. We're always looking for something outside, princes and principalities, kings and monarchs and technologies, whatever, golems and wax wings and towers of Babel and whatever. We're always doing the same, playing that same play over and over again. And we're doing it again now. But with these algorithms and AI, if we don't reverse this now and take back our agency now, it will become increasingly impossible to do that. And this isn't a conspiracy. It's just the way it operates until we reverse it, which we're doing today. Again, I'm not anti-tech. I love tech, right? I was a tech nerd as a kid, built programs, et cetera. Saw the movie War Games, and somehow I thought hacking into the government and starting global thermonuclear war with an AI was a cool idea. Don't judge me. I was a teenager. But so I've been into technology all my life, but I moved into human technology. And we have to remember we are the real killer app that we're waiting for. We are the real super intelligence so that we use these tools and not get used by them or used up by them, right? As you guys know, you thought Facebook was a product and you were the user, and it turned out you were the product, right? So we have to stop being consumers and get back to being creators of our reality and of our world, which that song, really both of those, is talking about. And as AI continues to do what most humans can do better, faster, cheaper, it's tempting a lot of people to give their power away to this. Everywhere you look, it's like use AI, da 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 da. And then again, I'm going to talk about the proper use of it, but it's a Faustian bargain. We'll end up outsourcing ourselves. We've already done it. Try driving for the next month without a GPS. We'll send out a search party, don't worry, because you won't find your way home, many of you. Do you know the 10 numbers of your closest family and friends? I don't. Little by little, we outsource ourselves, and we got to take it back now for a lot of reasons that I'll describe, not just in this grand scheme, but for very practical reasons so that you can be successful in your life, in your work, right? If you still want a chance to live and do the work that we're here to do, authors, coaches, teachers, healers, entrepreneurs, creators, AI is coming for all of those roles, guys, ladies and gentlemen, unless we remember who we are and live it right now. And that's not hyperbole. It's already happening. We have to double down on this inner technology. We are the original AI, ancient intelligence, AI, ancestral intelligence, AI, authentic intelligence, maybe even angelic intelligence. We are the real super intelligence. Throughout all of history, men mostly, sorry, ladies, but men mostly have always tried to create an outer technology that could become God or make them God. And then they always built a power that they didn't have the wisdom to control. And we're doing it again. But we have a power in us. If we develop it and the wisdom, we can use this outer world and technology, as I said, to scale love, scale wisdom, scale truth and beauty and generosity, and truly create a world that works for the good of all. But we have to get back to the original source code. The one program that we came factory loaded with that no AI or any outer authority can ever copy or control. Can I get an amen? Can I pass the plate? Put a yes in the chat or share. Like, we need to reclaim that original source code. And this is really happening. And, by the way, this is a side, I wasn't going to talk about this, but so many expert consultants and all that told me, you can't talk to this heart-centered, spiritual-minded, largely women-centric, feminine-centric crowd about the dangers and how hard it is and the stuff's coming. They'll be scared, they'll be turned off. And I feel like that's just the soft bigotry of low expectations. Am I right? What, women can't handle this? Bullshit. Heart-centered, spiritually inclined people? Well, then we're screwed. So if some of you are like, God, I wish he would just be more positive and uplift. I mean, hopefully I'm doing that too. No, it takes strength to be loving. God will not do its work through cowards. We have to have a backbone, not a wishbone. Yes? We can be a welcome mat, not a doormat. Are you with me? I believe it's the heart-centered, spiritually minded, and inclined individuals like you that if you're willing to get back to your original source code and develop the inner resilience and strength, you're the ones we're waiting for. Yes, we still need the actual engineers and the guys and the tech bros. They're building their part, but we need a balance. We need the humanity first, heart first, soul first, people and planet above profits. Again, I'm not against profits, but we want to become the prophets, Prophet, for real profit. And so it's a flip of a value system. And this is that existential moment. That's what I want you to get, is that we're at an existential moment where the value system could get locked into profit over planet, over people. The hyperscalers' actual mission, the guys creating all the AI, is replace all human labor. That doesn't just mean replace human labor. That means replace humans. Replace everything that gives humans utility. And without utility, without purpose, without meaning, we don't just have a bad day, folks. Where there is no vision, the people perish, as it says in Proverbs. So we're coming back, because if we claim this moment, then not only will we survive, as I said, but we could have a new renaissance. We could create a world that truly works for all. And if you are willing to step into this breach, you individually with your art, your work, your book, your message, you will become the new leaders of this generation. And I'll tell you more about that. So, but again, just to anchor ourselves in the facts, a reality check, AI is jumping every week, quantum leap. Most people still don't know about it. It's crazy. Most people think it's a bubble, think it's not real, but this always happens in big industrial revolutions. The farmers didn't believe farming could be threatened, and then at the end of that last big industrial revolution, we were all farmers, and then we were no farmers, 1% or so. So we have to be prepared now. It's estimated 300 million jobs are going to be lost in the next 36 months or so. 300 million. The top experts in this space, the authors, the coaches, the healers, the entrepreneurs, they're scrambling because they're seeing people prefer a chatbot coach or therapist over them. They're seeing people prefer a chatbot workshop to their own material. And it's making them all ask a question that is going to become the central question of our times. And for each of you, if AI can and will do most of what humans do, what's a human for? What are we for? What can we do? Now, again, this is not hype. Please believe me, I've been studying this for years. I'm in the trenches with all the updates, what's going on. AI can do all of it. And they know it's even way further advanced in-house than what they're revealing to the public. Because they know if the public knew what this AI is capable of doing, they would start burning down data centers. I'm not kidding. It's not a conspiracy, but it's also not cause for panic. It's cause for preparation and action. So it can do all of that. But again, it cannot do your unique original source code, your life code, your true purpose, your unique quirks and character. And so we have an opportunity to become irreplaceable and undeniable and so good they can't ignore us. And again, the good news, and it's really good news, is that if you're willing to evolve into the next version of yourself, you'll be able to take advantage of the greatest opportunity of our lifetime. Because hundreds of millions of people are going to be scrambling to find answers, safety, support, guidance, art that inspires, music that uplifts, that speaks to what's going on in them like never before. That's the Renaissance. And they're going to be turning to people who know who they are, who are authentic, who are connected to their vision, who are courageous, trustworthy. That's you. They're going to turn to you if you're prepared. The greatest change makers always arise during a time like this. If you look back at COVID, you'll see that many of the biggest thought leaders and creators today rose up during that period. I've studied history. It always happens. So this is your chance. This is real. There's a wave that's cresting. It's about to become a tsunami, but you can get out there and you can catch it and become one of the truth seekers, truth teachers, wisdom keepers, and the coaches, healers, and creators this world needs right now and will need more than ever. Who wants that? Do you want to be that? Post in the chat, send up a signal, send up a flare. If you want to be one of the new emerging generation of teachers, creators, artists, leaders, thought leaders, entrepreneurs, and again, at whatever scale you want, it's not about name, fame, and fortune. It's about mission and purpose and vision. People are going to need you and what is in you more than ever. So do you want to become that clear, that confident, that strong in your capacity to be your true self, that you become the pathfinder and the guides along the path in whatever way you're meant to? But again, this is a challenge. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? Like, it's one of the greatest challenges, if not the greatest challenge. Most experts say it is the greatest existential challenge that we're going to face. But again, it's also the greatest opportunity. And we have to do the work to lay the foundation so that we can future proof our life and our work, our wealth, and our well being. We have to dig into that seed pattern of true purpose in us. As the original OG self help guru, the Oracle of Delphi, said, who was a woman, by the way, interesting. And she issued a warning: know thyself. It was a warning: know yourself. Why? Because if you don't know yourself, someone or something else will know you better than you. And what happens when that happens? Guess who's using who? Guess who's zooming who? Now, I never planned on talking about any of this stuff. I mean, I talk about the inner technology, but I never planned on this larger zeitgeist. But years ago, for those of you that don't know me, before ChatGPT and before everybody was talking about AI or anything was going on in the mainstream, I was meditating and a strong vision just rolled through me. And a voice said, build the ark. The flood is coming. And it grabbed me by the shoulders and shook me awake. Now, to be clear, I did not think I was a prophet. I did not rush out to Home Depot to stock up on lumber. I wouldn't know how to put together four pieces, right? But I knew something was coming. There was a storm, there was a disruption, and I knew that I had to prepare, not just physically, but spiritually and mentally. And again, this was before anybody was talking about this, anything was happening. And I wondered, why me? Why should I talk about it? I wasn't in tech anymore. I used to be, as I said, you know. But then the voice said to me, or I realized that through a near-death experience, I was plunged into developing my inner technologies and discovering the inner technologies: meditation, consciousness, intuition, soul expression. And I saw that all outer technology was a prosthetic, a projection of inner capacities. Like right now, all of this connection we have because of the internet and Zoom right now, this is an outer manifestation of unity, of our oneness, of our interconnectedness, of omnipresence. And so we always seek to build it outside of us, but before we find it inside of us. But the ones that find it and build it inside first, those are the great change makers, leaders, mystics, artists, whose names you know, whose lives changed history. And this voice said, you spent the last 25 years developing the inner technologies and helping hundreds of thousands of people around the world do the same. And that's been my purpose, to help people discover their true purpose, their power, their capacity to overcome any obstacle, to have the clarity and the courage and the commitment to live their authentic life and purpose in a successful and practical and sustainable way, not just woo-woo, not airy-fairy. It's hard to be a light in the world if you're worried about paying your light bill. So this is absolutely real. And the result of all of this, 25 years and that vision and everything, is I wrote a new book, and I'll just share it briefly and we'll jump back in. Some of you already know about it. It's called A Whole New Human. Can you see that? It's really pretty. See how the light glistens off of it? The 10 ways we must evolve to survive and thrive in the AI age. And this is the survival manual, the thrival manual for this brave new world. And it will show you how to future-proof your life, your work, your wealth, etc., and become so much yourself that you do become irreplaceable. You know, you'll be shining so bright, people have to wear sunglasses around you. Who wants that? Who wants to walk into a room and everybody has to quickly put on their sunglasses because they're shining so bright? And because this matters so much, I've actually, and this, by the way, today, forgot. Today is literally the official pub day. It's literally live now. People have been pre-ordering it, but it's actually live. And I just started listening to the audiobook with my voice because they never sent the version to me. It's pretty good. So it's on Kindle, it's on hardback or Audible. But because of the urgency of this moment, and as an example of using these tools to scale who you are, I built two AI tools: an AI evolution coach and an AI focus coach. And it's cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars of research and all the years of effort and working with lots of people. And I've put the framework of that into the AI coaches. So when you get the book, just get it on Kindle if you want. It's like a few bucks, like 14 bucks, or you can get it for free on Audible if you have credits, or you can get the hardback if you want. But when you get it and you go to my site, I'll pop the link in real quick and put your info there. You're going to get those a personal AI evolution coach and focus coach for free. I'll just put that there. Oops. So you can just know the right page to get it on. And I would share this, I would share it with your friends, your family, your loved ones, especially parents, students, because they're sincerely wondering what are they going to do. Oh yeah, I also saw somebody said their book came in. I saw that for at least for certain places where it's at, you can order it and get it the same day. I mean, come on now, that's crazy. On at like hardback. Um, but anyways, that's the new book. I'm very excited. Get the book. It's really worth it.